What's going on? I'm Sam. It's raining and I think it's day 4 of injection mold production. So I gotta stop at my shop real quick and then I'll be off on the long drive to Columbus to get one more day of production done before Thanksgiving. Okay, so I stopped at the shop to fix this computer because I wanted to give it to them today. But this all-in-one computer will not install using an installation USB disk. It will only boot using a CD. So what I did is I took the new hard drive out of that, put the hard drive in this other computer. I'm using my USB stick, but since it doesn't have a Windows license burned into the hardware like this one should, I had to use another key just to get it past the install disk. I'm hoping I'll be able to take that USB out and then put it into this computer. If that doesn't work, I'll have to get a blank CD, burn the ISO of Windows 8 onto that, and then install Windows onto this with that. I'm hoping this works though so that I can get rid of it and get it out of my hair. The only other problem I had were these hard drive adapters I bought. I didn't realize were only for like running cables and putting them in a bay. They're not a direct replacement. So I did order a direct replacement that won't be here for a couple days, the day after Thanksgiving. But I should be able to install that at their house and at least get them a running computer today. I haven't messed with Windows 8 in a long time, but I got concerned because this PC didn't even react to that Windows 8 hard drive that I just put in it. So I put my Windows 10 hard drive in to see if it worked. It did boot up, so everything looks good on that, and it looks like I will have to wait for a Windows 8 bootable CD. I just wasted a good amount of time this morning. I still need to get to Columbus for my new job, so I'm going to leave this. I'm not going to be able to get it back to them today. It's been with me for a while now and I feel kind of bad. I'm doing this pretty cheap though, so I'm only doing it on my spare time. I've found out that doing things cheap is actually a really bad habit of mine because it makes it not really worth it for me, and when it's not worth it for me, it takes me longer, and then it makes the customer mad, and it's a big cycle that I don't like. I've had this way too long, so I'm hoping to get that new part. I'll have it running tonight. I should be able to get a CD on the way home, and I probably won't be able to give it to them tomorrow because that's Thanksgiving, but I do want to get it back to them ASAP. Anyway, it's time for me to get to this new job though. I was able to feed the fish and check on them. The angels look like they're doing pretty well. I always have to overfeed them because I'm always worried about this pleco. The loaches go crazy for the food. They've been getting huge. The one's been eating so much and growing so quick, but they eat the food so quick that the pleco doesn't always get to eat. So I have to overfeed, and I only feed every day or two. I don't feed twice a day like most of my tanks. Well, I stopped and picked up the other molds that I needed. I'm going to run the rest of the yellow, and hopefully I'll be able to get to another color today. I have plenty of time, so I should be able to. We'll just see if I run into any more problems like I did the other day. Oh man, I just spent the last 4 or 5 hours standing and sitting at this machine, just in, run, out, release the parts, in, run, out, over and over again. I've been averaging about 2 a minute. I've run this machine about 400 times now, so that means it's taken me about 4 hours. I guess it wasn't too long, though I did have a couple pauses to refill material or whatnot, so it probably was about 4.5 hours, maybe 5. I'm very tired and hungry right now. My fingertips are raw. They're cleaned as best as they could, but I need to take a break and go get something to eat, and then I'm gonna come back, finish up the yellow, and I might not be able to run the new color, but at least I'll be able to get it set up for the next day. It is raining out there. I got some dinner, so I'm gonna eat real quick and get back to work. The place I found was pretty cool. It was like a Chipotle for stir fry. It was HC Way, I guess. And it happened to be right next to the Micro Center that I go to when I'm in Columbus, though there's a Vietnamese place that's a little closer, and that's where we've usually gone. But since they were closed today, I had to look for something else. And it looks and smells really good. Well, I had a good dinner / break. The machine's preheated now, and I have the next color mixed and ready to go. So I'm gonna run through this last color, do some more parts, put the cleaner through it, and then I'll be able to switch to the next color. Though time-wise, I probably won't be able to run many parts. At least I'll have the color started and ready to go for the next day I get here. I'm finally done with the yellow. It doesn't look like I have quite as many as before, but that's because I was really meticulous placing them in the box. I still went fast, but I didn't just throw them in there randomly. So I packed over like double what I was fitting in the same amount of space. So pretty much this tub would have been overflowing if I had just thrown these in, but it did pack down nice and even. I have a ton of yellows. The yellows were the parts that I needed the most of. I put the purge material in and I was able to clear out the injector and switch colors. I used a lot of material because I'm not sure exactly how much is needed, but you can see it went from yellow to like kind of clearish over here, then to this weird, I think it's like a teal color. So I ran a few teal parts. Those are coming out really good. There's no hangups in the mold. There's a couple parts that are staying in there. I'm pretty sure I'll have that ironed out when I get back here and start running it. But it's super late. It's Thanksgiving Eve. I need to get home. I have been here way too long. I'm glad I'm finally out with the yellow. There's only like 3 more parts I need to run, and I only need to make, I think, about half as many as the yellow. I should be able to knock this out in 2 or 3 days as long as I spend at least 8 hours on the production. I could probably get it done in 2 days if I was here like 10 to 12 hours a day. I don't know the next day I'm coming back, but I'm feeling really good because I am almost done with this. Though once I'm done, I'm gonna have to figure out another way to make money because obviously I won't be making money doing this anymore. That's not entirely true. I might be trying to get an injection mold machine for my shop. They might be purchasing it for me, and that way I can run production at my shop and even get another guy to help me out with it. We'll see what happens though. This is all just kind of talk for now. Anyway, it is late. I am tired. I need to get home. I have a long drive ahead of me. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. I bet Griffin really misses me. I gotta find out. Oh, hi Griffin. Hi buddy. Hey. Were you sleeping? Were you sleeping too? Hi Jackson. Hi Jackson. You're a good boy.